As the first research piece of our course, the 5 posts into research of genres enabled me to identify target audiences, tone, setting, character archetypes, camera, sound, and mise-en-scène of genre products. The case study of Halloween informed our genre concepts in the later development stages. This research evolved my comprehension of genre conventions and tropes in horror that we later incorporated into our sequence. The first camera workshop introduced me to the Blackmagic Mini Ursa camera, which we would use to film our sequence with. I learned how to use a tripod and the camera's focus, zoom, aperture, and white balance. This workshop was vital for the success of our sequence, as the correct zoom and focus was necessary for the variety of shots we planned to incorporate in our shoot. In this workshop, the importance of filming master shots followed by coverage shots was established. In the occasion of time restraints, there would still be footage to construct a sequence with. In addition, we were taught the 180-degree rule and continuity. These concepts influenced the decisions of the storyboard artist, the construction of the shot list, and the final placement of the camera on the shoot day, making it vital information that we learned to influence the development of our title sequence. For this preliminary sequence, I reflected on the brief and wrote a short script and shot list that fulfilled the criteria. In doing this, I developed my skills in constructing a narrative and sequence. This practice massively crucial for the production of our final opening title sequence. This workshop detailed continuity and the 180-degree rule. The planning of our sequence and orientation of shots was significantly impacted by this rule. I learned to be conscious of the perspective of the camera and its relation to actors. In this workshop, using Premiere Pro, I edited a short sequence that we had planned and filmed. While also familiarizing myself within the layout of the program, I began using shortcuts which would ease the process and time economy of editing our final title sequence. The workshop developed my editing skills, which I employed as editor of the sequence. While editing the sequence from Camera Workshop 3, I acquired the ability to construct shot-reverse shot sequences, a greater awareness of exposure, and the method of character centered in the foreground in addition to using longer shot duration to present one character as the primary. As our opening sequence had a primary character focus as the editor, it was important to utilize these techniques. Our test shoot was the initial planning and foundation of our sequence, in which we explored genre, location, props, and character. Further development of our test shoot plan enabled our group to experiment with narrative elements. These developments were similar to the planning that went into the shot list and storyboard of our sequence. Therefore, the test shoot was an opportunity to experience the expansion of idea for our final product. The test shoot was an opportunity to identify areas of development, including character design and the vital importance of props. This in-depth review enabled the group to identify areas of focus for planning of our opening title sequence, including the expansion of present violence, more dynamic use of camera, the importance of setting, and a greater build-up of tension. Reviewing our test shoot improved the specificity of our planning for our opening title sequence. As our group had specifications for the composition, angles, and movement of each shot, I photographed a picture reference for our storyboard artist to use and also to construct a picture storyboard with. As we were using actors, this element of pre-production allowed our group to practically adapt the step-by-step outline we delineated in our treatment. These changes had direct influence over our storyboard, shot list, and the events portrayed in the final sequence. A compilation of drawn cells of the storyboard and the correlating shot list block make up this blog post. The detail in our shot list, in addition to the time we spent taking pictures, helped us on the day of the shoot, as we were well acquainted and could thereby easily change elements of our sequence. In order to put the storyboards together, I wanted to incorporate the colour signifiers of horror genre. Subsequently, I decided to paint inverse boards of black and red for the hand-drawn and photographed storyboard to create a visual connection. The main skill involved in casting was organisation. Once our initial list of proposed actors had been approved, members of the group approached each individual to confirm their involvement. I photographed portraits of 3 of the 4 actors to include in my blog. When the location of the shoot changed, it became more appropriate to use the backup actor. Our group became accustomed to adjusting the changes quickly and efficiently, using WhatsApp and email to communicate as variables changed. Reflecting on the shoot, the skill I developed most was time management. Due to changes to our shot list, preparing sets and practical effects took more than the time we had allotted. Additionally, as it was a night shoot, the lighting and its setup was vital to the success of the shoot, which the group committed time to in order to ensure the correct exposure and light levels. However, despite the changes, our shoot concluded successfully. This was due to effective communication and consequent task completion. In conclusion, the amount of pre-production work that our group did prior to our shoot enabled us to make the successful genre product that we have